Oh, what else did I want to say? I actually had one more thing I wanted to say. This is more controversial, but again, it's part of my year where I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm going to say my piece. All right, there's a guy I didn't know about. Apparently, there's like a whole story here. I didn't know about this guy before this. There's a guy named Sam Hyde. Now, Sam Hyde put out a 46-minute video, open letter to Elon. If you're wondering which of the 4 groups he's in on that one, he's in the racist group. But he put out a 47-minute video to Elon that it went pretty viral. 135K likes, a lot of people. And so I watched it. I watched this whole thing. I watched this video. I want to explain something because I think I have young men in my audience and I want to explain something to you. Maybe some of you watch this. I want to explain to you the way this kind of grift works. I just want to explain it to you. It's like this person serves you a drink, okay? And it's like they fill it up with 92% Prime or Gatorade or whatever your favorite drink is. And then they put in 2% poison. They just mix it in so you can barely taste it. Just 2% poison. That's the thing. It's 97% the drink you like and things that seem obviously good and little jokes and whatever you like, and they put 2% poison. And then you're like, wow, that drink's pretty good. And then you're like, all right, well, let me go check out their YouTube. And then they make a drink. I make another drink for you. And then that drink is like 70% Prime and like 30% poison. But you've already enjoyed the first drink and this one doesn't taste that much worse. And it's like, it's fine. And then you're like, I'm going to go join their Discord server. I want to be part of the Discord. And then there's you keep going deeper and deeper into it. And by the eventual time, you're drinking like 90% poison. You're drinking a cup of poison. Your body is just thriving off of poison. And you wonder what happened. You don't know how you got here. You just like this first drink. It was mostly Prime. This is how that system works. So I watched this video. This video is one of these. It's 97% Prime. Maybe not 97%, but the video is mostly saying, hey, I'm just a guy, inoffensive stuff. It's like what Andrew Tate does, where he's like, brotherhood's good, working out is good. Like, I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you mix in a little bit of poison. So he does this with this video, and I want to point this out. So a lot of this is like relatively fine. I mean, I'm watching this. One part made me laugh. It's fine. He's got a like I don't care attitude that could be admirable to a young dude watching it. And then right around, I think 36 minutes, I'm gonna try. I don't know if I got the exact. This is Twitter's video player, by the way. We have to give Elon more H1Bs so we can hire somebody at any price to fix this Twitter player. Let me try refreshing.
Florian.
All right, we're gonna start here. So again, up until this point, there's some real criticism of Elon. There's some idea that like American workers by and large are being exploited and they're falling behind in terms of like economic opportunity. And he says a bunch of like goofy stuff and it's like totally. And then there was this nugget of poison. Like this is the part that stood out to me really on first viewing.
This isn't fixed by moving the goalposts of what an American is. It would be a lot easier if an American was just an Indian with an Ivy League degree. It would make this whole problem go away instantly if that worked. If you could just wave your hand and say that an American is a Guatemalan who was born here, that's an American. We wouldn't have to have this painful conversation. It would be so easy if you could do that, if it were a computer simulation. That's Marvel movie shit. An American is whoever Doctor Strange brings through the portal.
I'm trying to pause. First of all, a Guatemalan who's born here is literally an American as our current way of system works. We have birthright citizenship. That's literally how it works right now. My wife is a Mexican woman who was born here. Okay, her parents were immigrants. She was born here. She's American, 100%. That's the way it works. I just want to know that. But I also believe in that. I don't just think that's the way it works. It's the law. I just think I believe in that's how it's worked. That's how it's worked for many people. Probably this dude's ancestors. Okay, I just want to say that. Also, an Indian with a college degree, I want to point out someone like the CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella. Dude, that guy came here with an Indian with a college degree, was doing Excel training videos and worked his way up to CEO of Microsoft. And then as CEO, like triple the value of the company. He is an absolute asset to the country, is an American. It's crazy to be like, anyway, sorry, continue.
We all know what an American is. And all these paragraph-long definitions and high-minded ideas, it's just propaganda. We know what an American is. And if you're not here to help the American people, then your usefulness to us is over with.
So that's the part I want to talk about, because it's essentially implying that you could tell an American by looking at them, which is obvious. Obviously, you're trying to say white people. That's what you're obviously trying to say. And what's so wild to me is that this exact same logic was used. This is why I bring this up. I was reading about this for this video. I was looking at the history of Italian-American American attitudes towards Italians in this country. And it's funny, Americans thought Italy was cool. And then there was 2 million Italian immigrants in the early 20s, the 1920s. And then Americans started to get real racist towards Italians, despite being white. They were just, because here's the deal. When there is this cross between competition for wages, when there's economic opportunity, then the racism starts flaring no matter what the differences are. This happened to Polish people and Italian people, Eastern Europeans, Jewish people. It happened to any group they could identify that was coming in and taking low-wage jobs or competing for jobs, because that's how this stuff's intertwined. And now that it's in the future and those people have already become part of American fabric, it's insane to be like, we can tell who's an American. No, it's always been used in crazy ways as a country's history to exclude people for economic opportunity. I want to understand that this part is poison. Like, this is not a good way of thinking. And if you are suckered in by some of the jokes in the first half, again, there was one part that made me laugh. It was funny. I watched this not knowing who this guy was. I just watched it because it was viral. This part, I was like, wow, that's bad. This part stuck out with me. And I hope if you'd have sort of watched it passively, that you can look back with an extra eye and realize, like, this is not a good attitude towards a strong, good country that makes any sense. It's just poison. Anyway, that's my final thought. I really don't have anything else to say. That's the H1B drama in a nutshell. It's created strange bedfellows, but I think in general, what's kind of awesome is that people, again, across all these different groups, can unanimously say, like, hey, Elon, fuck you. You are again advocating for yourself as a $400 billion multi-company owner against the interests of everyone else, which is cool. So double thumbs up. Don't get massively debating in the comments, all right? Save that for a giant multi-paragraph long Reddit where everyone will read. Okay? I've said my piece. If you disagree, put it on Reddit. Is Super Sad Neri is the most powerful man on the planet? I mean, I don't think he's the most powerful man on the planet. He's the richest, and he has more power than I think he should. I still think he would be below Trump. Tier list on most powerful people on the planet? Tier list of most powerful people on the planet? I mean, the big ones are world leaders. So I would say, given the power of their countries, and also the fact that it's the beginning of his term, in the S tier would be Xi Jinping, Trump, maybe just those two. I was gonna give Putin, but I don't think Russia has the sauce like that. And yeah, Faker. I think Modi is up there for sure, but I don't know if I want to. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it has a lot of influence just because of the way India is courting both the G7 and BRICS at the same time. I think Modi has a lot of ability to influence global affairs. I mean, I'm not going to do all. The A tier is a million people. The A tier is a ton of people. I think in A tier is Elon Musk. I don't love it. I'm not happy about it. I think Elon Musk is in A tier easily. And I think there's many world leaders that fall under Elon Musk in terms of power and influence. Bronny James influences a lot of things. Bronny James. T-Swift? No, not Nate. I mean, T-Swift couldn't even influence the American election. She didn't move any votes. I would put T-Swift in maybe B. I mean, she's economically incredibly powerful. But I feel like old school style celebrities. And I'm talking about like old school movie stars, musicians. There's a little bit different for the new school ones who have truly built a social media thing. But old school celebrities actually have very little power. They have a lot of money, but they have actually relatively very little influence. It's like becoming more and more obvious. They just separate it in their mind and they don't listen to them on anything else. Like I legitimately think, and this is maybe a little crazy, and this is maybe not true. It's at least in the conversation. I think someone like Aiden Ross or Kai Cenat has more direct influence. Maybe not Taylor Swift, but over like a movie star. Let me think of like someone more famous, like John Cena, for example. I think Kai Cenat has way more influence over his audience than John Cena has over his, even though John Cena has a bigger platform or is more famous. Because of the way celebrity is changing in the internet age. I don't think that's a good thing either. I'm just saying that's the way. I think old school celebrities are all finding themselves at the limit of they're not really able to do much. Yeah, but these are the big three. I think these are the big three. Would anybody else on earth truly be considered on the level of Xi Jinping, Donald Trump, or Modi? I don't think so. The only one I would say is maybe Putin. I just don't think Russia has the sauce. Darren Ewing, Jesus Christ. Can't be S tier without nukes. It's a fact. Kim Jong-un, so right-wing dictators. I mean, authoritarians of big economies are going to be extremely powerful because they have a lot at their disposal and no checks and balances. Like I would have put maybe back in the day Angela Merkel up here or something, but Olaf Scholz, the head of Germany right now, doesn't have that much power. He's probably going to get voted out, and his coalition isn't very strong. So what can he do? Like if he wanted to do something, what could he do? TSMC CEO, he's got leverage. But if he ever uses it, kind of, so I don't know. Anyway, that's that.